everybody, One of Wisdom here, Sunday, September 20th, 2015. We've got all the unboxings we've done, processed and uploaded. We've had supper now. I kind of drank a little bit so we could get our voice back from dodgeball and the Cowboys-Eagles game and all that good stuff. So what we're going to do now, I'm down to my last starter pack that we've currently got. And that one would be the Dark Edition for Nintendo Wii U. Had this thing reserved at GameStop ahead of time. And to me, it's kind of a bummer that Bowser wasn't the one included here. I feel like that would have been more sense, I guess, from the consumer standpoint. But I guess in the, let's sell as many starter packs as we can, which I just feel like more people would want Bowser than Donkey Kong, which probably ties into the TRU exclusive on the Dark Edition for Dark Bowser, but who knows? All I know is that this is a pretty sweet setup here, and of course the big difference, even if you go Wii and Wii U Dark Editions, you're getting two different games this year. So that kind of adds a significant chunk of value to your purchase, particularly with the buy one, get one 40% at Toys R Us. Again, I'd had this thing reserved at GameStop for a while, and then I just got the Xbox One and the Wii Dark Editions at Toys R Us for the sale. That said, I guess I did save a little bit on the Collector's Edition strategy guide by purchasing the game at the same time, so there's what that's worth. But nonetheless, this is what it looks like. You should be getting the hang of this now. This is Skylanders SuperChargers, not Skylanders Racing, as you saw on the Wii Dark Starter Pack. Right there, though, where we had Bowser, we now have Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong and the Dark Barrel Blaster. So right there, guest starring Donkey Kong, and that's correct. Just like with Bowser, not only will he work in the Skylander SuperChargers, he will work as an amiibo. So whatever games Donkey Kong is available to work as an amiibo, Brawl, Super Mario Maker, whatever it may be in the future, this will have that functionality as well. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. He doesn't look bad. We haven't seen him out of the packaging, but I have to say, for me, while Dark Bowser is insanely epic, I think Donkey Kong looks best in his standard coloring. I always, when you think of the jungle and you go back to, Donkey Kong Country or something like that, I just picture like, bright, vivid colors with Donkey Kong. So that might be what my personal drawback is. That said, on the side, we'll see if we can do this without knocking everything over. We get the game Portal of Power. I've slept like 6 hours over the last 4 days. That's a true story. But we get the collection poster. We get Dark Hot Streak, Dark Spitfire, the Chaos Trophy, Dark Barrel Blaster, and Dark Donkey Kong. Flip side, we should have what? You should know this by now. We should have the combo pack for Terrafin, and that's exactly what we have. We have the Shark Shooter Terrafin and the Shark Tank slowly coming into focus. But what we'll do, we'll take a look at the backside here, kind of break down on the contents again. These are going to get progressively shorter as we go. Embark on a wild new adventure, battle to save Skylands, ride fast and fully armed. Right here you've got use superchargers to modify vehicles. This is important because we're trying to kind of take a look at the actual screenshot of the vehicles there. I thought I had my voice back, but apparently not. The Cowboys game is very stressful. Play with friends, of course, with the online co-op, which they don't have that same icon as the Xbox One for some reason. Anyway, right there, that's our money shot. This is what the Wii U starter pack has. It's that coloration of Donkey Kong, kind of a Ronald McDonald, a more traditional color. That is what the Barrel Blaster looks like. Again, it pops a little bit more. It's not as dark and sinister. And for me, when I personally think of Donkey Kong, that honestly just seems like the better color scheme. With Bowser, he usually looks great in pretty much anything, but he looks fantastic as a Dark Edition Skylander. And then right here, if you're like, wait, what is it? Is that Diddy Kong? And that is correct. When you supercharge the Barrel Blaster, you actually get the sidekick with Diddy Kong. So that's going to be pretty fun to check out. There's 3 types of vehicles. You got land, sea, and sky. Featured characters, you have Hammer Slam Bowser with the Clown Cruiser. You have turbocharged Donkey Kong with the Barrel Blaster. That little A, if you're unaware, that's the Amiibo logo. You got Splat with the Splatter Splasher. They do that just to torment me. Big Bubble Pop Fizz with the Soda Skimmer. Again, there will be a Nitro equivalent of that. Burn Cycle and Lava Lanceruptor, Hot Streak, and Spitfire. So, What I will do now is go ahead and open this up and take it down, and we'll just take a look at the contents, kind of cover it quickly. If you're looking for more detail, go back to the unboxing of the Dark Wii edition. You can go back to the unboxing of the Dark Xbox One, which that's the first one I did. Tomorrow I should be later in the day after work unboxing the Xbox One Standard Starter Pack and the 3DS Starter Pack. So much more to come, but the truth is I'm trying to get these cranked out so I can actually open the characters and we can actually start playing the game. So that's what I will work on doing, and we will be right back to take an extended look at the contents. Alright, we are to a point we can continue on here. I don't make you look at how cool I think the packaging is with the thumb slots this time, so you're welcome. For those of you that want to know what I'm talking about, go ahead and check out one of those previous unboxings. That said, a little bit of a thing I noticed here. I actually left the Wii Portal of Power in the case, just because I plan to just use this one and swap it between the Wii and the Wii U. Otherwise, I would have 3 of these sitting strung out across the floor. I noticed it was a thinner seeming cable, and it was just like a straight up traditional USB. You can see the logo there, looks like USB 2.0. It felt a little lighter, but it might be because of the cable, because when I slide this, let me get it to where you can see it, kind of, just for the heck of it. When I grab this behemoth, the majority of the weight is not in the portal itself, but in this cabling. You'll notice this one has like the tiny little fuse right there, a little bit off of the, gripper port, if you will. This has roughly the same thing. It looks larger, but the cable is way thicker, and you can even tell just by the way it's bundled in there that we're dealing with something a little bit more heavy duty. And where that has the USB logo, this does not. This is a totally different plug. It's a way thicker cable. I don't know if they do that for like power consumption or, Xbox One versus Wii U specifics or something, or maybe this one was made early on and this one I got like the OP cable. I'm not exactly sure, but it is a notice. It is a difference that I noticed. Again, right here, kind of in like your breakers, you can sort of see the difference there as well. So it's just all around. The Xbox One is like a heavier duty portal, at least on the cable side. I would assume the internals are roughly the same. You can kind of compare and contrast for yourself. That said, these will make a really cool display on the pool table as well. So if you are someone that winds up with like 7 starter packs because you feel like you've got to collect everything and you're like, what do I do with these? You could consider cutting the cord and just kind of using this as display purposes. I think it'd be pretty cool. So for whatever it's worth, the Wii U Portal of Power has kind of like the straight up traditional USB 2.0 looking cable. So just something I noticed. Most people probably don't, and truth be told, most people probably don't care, but I do things to set myself apart. That's one of them. So game disc right here. If you collect the game discs or the cases, this is something you'd want to take note of. So you've got the artwork there. Note front and center, it is DK. Not dark DK, but just turbocharged Donkey Kong in the barrel blaster, so standard coloration. Open it up, sadly no instructions or anything cool, but once again, front and center, you have got turbocharged Donkey Kong. So kind of a nice thing. I mean, in my opinion, it's better to have these subtle differences than have something, be exactly the same. That's kind of lame. Speaking of exactly the same and lame, this was heartbreaking to me. It really was. Like, I thought I was going to have like 3 standalone Dark Edition posters, and there was going to be 2 that were like really special, and that's not been the case. We'll see if this one happens to differ. It's not a huge deal. It's still a cool poster, but like I guess I had like my hopes up really high. So this is the front side. You got Dark Spitfire and Dark Hot Streak, which you get in the standard, all of the Dark Starter Packs actually. And then in your standard non-Nintendo Dark Starter Packs, you get Dark Super Shot Stealth Elf and the Dark Sea Shadow, right? So they're on the front, and you're like, okay, they've got those special Nintendo ones on the back, right, man? That's got to be what they did. No. Shockingly, no. You've got, again, Dark Spitfire and Hot Streak, Dark Sea Shadow, and Dark Super Shot Stealth Elf. In addition to that, and where I kind of feel like this was another, kind of came up a little short, you've got all the characters, which is cool. You've got all their vehicles, you get the supercharged combinations only for the inside set. So for example, down there's Double Dare, Trigger Happy, and the Gold Rusher. You see that supercharged equivalent. Yet over here you've got High Volt and what is that? The Shield Striker. I'm very excited about that combination. They are not present in the supercharged form, so that's kind of sad to me. But the biggest disappointment though is just like, where's Bowser and DK? My personal thoughts, and I've not seen them in the strategy guide either, or in this, we'll go ahead and check this out while we're like talking about sad things. Instead of like our traditional stat card you've all come to know and love and collect and archive, that's what I do anyway, I throw them in a notebook with a sticker sheet. Battlecast, which is cool, it's coming, the packs are super slick, really like their design. However, I expected when I opened up the Dark Wii edition to have, you know, Dark Spitfire and Dark Bowser. That's my Battlecast cards. And instead I had Stealth Elf and Spitfire. In this, I have Spitfire and Stealth Elf. So, what my thoughts are, I don't know really that Activision is to blame here. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a licensing issue with Nintendo, because something important you need to understand if you don't know yet, you can go out and buy the Wii U and the Wii Dark Editions or regular Wii, 3DS, Wii U starter packs. You can get Bowser and Donkey Kong. They will work as amiibos. They'll only work as Skylanders in the Nintendo games. They will not function in, say, your Xbox 360 or your PlayStation 4. Some people are very salty about that. Me, it's not a big deal because I've got a Wii, I've got a Wii U, I've got a 3DS. I'm a big Nintendo person. So it works great for me. If there was like something tied in and crazy with PlayStation 3 and 4, I'd kind of be in the same boat and probably would not be pursuing it because the price of a console is quite high, especially when you're content with your Xbox One and, you know, Nintendo stuff. But just something you need to be aware of. And in the past, you know, like the Dark Edition posters, like this one was, we'll say, this big. In the past, I've had Dark Edition posters that are like off the charts large. And I'm sure they got some complaints on that, probably from parents, like, we can't frame that, we can't hang it, what's wrong with you people? More than likely, that's why it was downsized. But I don't know, I kind of thought we'd see Bowser and DK all over the place. And since we're not, and it's consistent, like they're not in the strategy guide, they're not on the poster, they're not in Battlecast, I'm inclined to make the assumption that Nintendo probably didn't do the licensing for that. So, given my experiences with Nintendo recently on the YouTube front, that would make perfect sense. And so that's what I'll run with. Not definitive, not something I've heard is factual or was told by some definitive source. That's just me thinking, why are these guys not here? And that is my best summation of what the likely scenario is. That said, in addition to the game, our Battlecast pack, our Portal of Power, and the still, even though they're not present and not all of the supercharged combos are shown, Dark Edition poster, we've got what really matters. We've got Dark Spitfire, Dark Hot Streak, the Chaos Trophy, which again, I cannot stress this enough, we do not know if this will become available as a singly purchased item. We don't know if it will be available in a race action pack for $35. We don't know if there will be a standard, not silver painted one that's available in one of those forms. And we don't know if this is going to be the only way to get it by way of a Dark Edition starter pack. Why is it important? A lot of you are like, it's just a stupid little trophy or, you know, some magic item, blah, blah, blah. No, this unlocks additional content, which includes the chance to race Chaos and then play as Chaos in this game. So view this, again, I do this each time just to try and reiterate it in case people, you know, are skipping around. This is the Dark Edition Chaos Trap from Trap Team. This allowed me on day one, if I wanted to burn through the game in, you know, 12 hours or whatever, this allowed me to capture Chaos and play as him. If you did not buy a Dark Edition and say that they sold out for your console or something, you're like, no problem, I'll get the regular Chaos Trap. This was insanely hard to find. Even the few times that Activision pushed out a great quantity, they were snatched up and they were scalped. So My fear is once people realize, like, oh my gosh, that golden queen head thingy and that thing that we bought with that fish guy that's been around all these years, that opened up tracks and I can race as villains. As soon as people make that discovery, they're going to be like, wait, wasn't that one starter pack dealy majig at the store? Didn't it have like that chaos guy? And when parents or younger players or casual, whoever it may be, figures that out, I think there's going to be a secondary run on the Dark Editions. Right now, you've got your hardcore collectors, you know, the purists, and then you've got the Nintendo Amiibo crossover people, you know, going after them. But when regular people figure this out, that, hey, oh wow, you know, wow, cool, new racetracks, you can play as villains now, you can get chaos, oh my gosh, gotta get that. If this remains the only way to do that, the Dark Editions are going to deplete. And whether or not there will be stock on hand to make it to where you can pick one up, I don't know. That's why, again, I always advise people to go Dark at launch. To me, it's well worth the money. You come out on top and you avoid so many hassles down the road. So, again, all that speculation, but that's just me telling you something that you probably want to be aware of. So, moving on though. This is the money shot in this case. It is Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong and the Dark Barrel Blaster. I always caution this stuff whenever I unbox these here with the starter packs. I've just been plucking the backs off and pulling them out for you. Got a DM on Twitter from Daphne, and she told me to be very careful with the Barrel Blaster, and you can see why now that we're here. Anytime you have a finite part like that, you want to be extremely careful, just like with the light core stuff, or, you know, the supercharged, the giants, whatever it may be. Don't grab that to pull it out. That's a recipe for disaster. So what we're going to do here, and some of these may slide out, ask me how I know that, but what we want to do, if you look at the back side of this, there's essentially, what, 3 pressure points. You've got one here, you can kind of see where my finger disappears into the plastic. One right in the middle to the side of the Chaos Trophy, a little divot if you will, that's where the plastic snaps. And then one equilaterally on the far side. So what we'll want to do to free this, I'm going to come in, keep the back down so you're not going to drop the vehicle. In fact, I'd suggest moving your hand over. We just want to break this free right now. Got that done, and this is already ready to come out. So we just aced that. And we're going to take a look at that here in a second. But the bottom line, do not grab it by the pistol grip. Don't grab it by the shifter handle. Just do what I did and you won't break it. We'll go ahead and free turbocharge Donkey Kong. You got to be careful with these guys as well because the base turns. I'll show you why in a second if you don't already know. We'll go ahead now and come over here, snap this one. Hot Streak. Pretty easy to get out. That seems heavier than the Wii one. It's probably not. Or I'm sorry, the Xbox One. The trophy is in there pretty good, but we're going to muscle it out. And then right over here, honestly, in these starter packs, Hot Streak has been the toughest to get out, and I think it's honestly just because of his base. What I do, as always, you should know this about me by now, come in, grab the character by the base or the most solid position you can, and then just push up on the plastic. So we've got this thing, we can throw everybody back in if we want to. For now, we'll simply snap it back together and we will throw it down. Because that's what we do. So what do we get inside? We get Dark Spitfire. Again, right there you've got kind of the valve covers. It's an engine block, if you will, the top end of one. We've got the timing cover where you see the fire element logo. Really like what they did here. It's the translucent, kind of more of an orange this time as opposed to the red and yellow, which is fine by me. You got the fire element logo there as well on the base. And just kind of, you've seen him. Here he is. We're going to do more thorough stuff here coming up sometime. His dark vehicle is, of course, the Dark Hot Streak. It looks fantastic. I like it way better than regular, although I've not seen that in hand, but it just ties in beautifully. I love the wheels. I like the contrast with kind of like that Tar Heel blue. And then something I noticed last time, that's like a realistic soot effect. It looks like the carbon from your tailpipes. It's pretty sweet setup there. Great attention to detail by whoever came up with that. Chaos Trophy, this is what it looks like. Again, it is painted just like the kind of deluxe Chaos Trophy we had in Trap Team. Not Trophy, but Trap. You know what I'm talking about. So it follows that same color scheme. So will we have a standard Chaos, trophy? I don't know. But I do know this is available. It's pretty cool. If nothing else, this is just going to be something neat to have on your desk at the office, to set up on your desk at home, to have on your entertainment center, to display with your Skylanders. It looks cool. And it's like, yeah, I captured and defeated Chaos. Yeah, I came in and raced him and won. So I'm kind of a fan, needless to say. Now, let's take a look for the first time at the barrel blaster. This thing actually will function as a toy. You can see the back barrel rolls like so. That one like that. The shifter, again, be very careful with. It looks like that would definitely be the weak link. That's probably what Daphne was talking about. Right here, you've got the DK kind of emblazoned on there. I'm a big fan. It looks like a decal, but it might be painted. I can't really tell. I don't have fingernails. What I love about this, it's this little mine cart if you ever play any Donkey Kong games. Very, very clever. And then they kind of threw it. This looks like something he would actually drive, or at least Funky Kong would drive, and maybe Donkey Kong would borrow. But it's very well imagined, so I like the kind of that actually does look like some sort of like a diamond plate floor or something you might have in expanded metal. The headlight is a very nice touch. It is a shame that these don't light up. At least I don't think they do. It would be news to me if they did. But I might, if I had another one, I don't want to do it to my only one, but if I had two of these, I would probably come in and paint that maybe the red color. Just make him look like the most sinister ape in all of Skyland, so, which he probably is. But we'll set that down. And right here we've got it. We have turbocharged Donkey Kong, the dark equivalent. He actually looks a little better out of the packaging than I thought he would. Now that you can kind of see like the racing suit, if you will, sort of the zipper on there. The classic tie. Oh, it does have the DK on it. I was going to be disappointed. I did not know that was there. Again, just in the packaging, it kind of sits like that. You don't really see that side of the tie. There it is. So very, very cool there. I kind of wonder what he would have looked like with a silver tie and then like red or black DK there, sort of to tie in better with the barrel blaster. I don't know, just a thought. The barrel, I can see why they made it look traditional, because that would have been probably too much of a blackout effect, but when the barrels on the barrel blaster are sort of given the dark treatment, I don't know, that's actually really cool too. It looks like it's sort of a torn effect. It kind of matches actually traditional Donkey Kong attire, so very well done there. What's unique about him, he's got his hand on the plenum area, and then he's sort of just doing a traditional Donkey Kong pose. So this actually looks a lot better than I thought it did in the packaging, so I'm happy about that. For me personally though, like I said at the start, I think I would have preferred him in his standard coloration. I might very well, I probably will, wind up with the Wii U starter pack, but I'm probably going to hold out for like a big sale or some sort of a promo type deal. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll grab one for my nephew and we'll go that route. But right here, if you're like, wait, what was that? Something loose? That is correct. This is a Life Element base. That's very cool. You've got the Life Element logo there, and you're like, wait, what is that slot? Right here, as it comes into focus, you can see Skylanders, and you're like, well, duh. But here's the thing. If we twist it, what does that say? Amiibo. So the guys at Vicarious Vision somehow came up with this ingenious idea. We can ratchet back and forth, essentially, from RFID and Skylanders to NFC and Amiibo. So very, very cool stuff in my opinion. And like I said, this allows you not only, looks like the Packers won 27-17 if anyone cares. Granted, by the time this is live, you will know that, but it's the thought that counts. What this means for you, though, again, you can play as DK in Nintendo versions of Skylander SuperChargers, and you can use him as an amiibo. So if you missed out on the Donkey Kong amiibo, if you thought, I'm saving money, I can't get it, this is a 2-for-1, so that's another perk. But that is about all she wrote. $99.99 is the price. Again, I pre-ordered at GameStop. If you go that route with GameStop, you might try to tack on a strategy guide if you want one. It'll save you a few bucks there. Biggest difference here was just like that whole USB power cord discovery we made, which I don't know how many people care about, but if anyone in the Skylands community does, you're probably watching my videos anyway. So just one of those things. But what we've got here now is the very, very cool prospect of having dark Hammer Slam Bowser, and Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong available to us. So I'm ecstatic about that. I can't wait to see regular Bowser and the regular Clown Cruiser side by side there. But this dynamic Nintendo duo of Skyland's Newdom is, or how would we say that? Newism? I don't know, it looked cool in my head as I thought it, but then it didn't really sound right. So anyway, brand new, what was it, Unexpected Allies or something, I guess. We'll just roll with that. Cannot wait to see those guys in the game, check out their upgrades. That's what I'm the most excited about, is actually seeing their upgrade paths and then how they perform in the game. Are they nerfed? Are they the best? Are they OP? Are they mediocre? I don't know. I cannot wait to find out. Skylanders research coming up ASAP on those dudes. So be on the lookout for that. With that said, though, I've gotten all 3 of the starter packs I grabbed today unboxed, and we can move on into the characters. Might go in and try to get a feel for the game real quick, but once again, thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying the videos, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Did you pick up the Wii U starter pack? Did you go dark? If not, why? If you did go dark, did you pick up the standard Wii U starter pack? Did you mix it up? Are you a Nintendo fanboy and you've got to have all the variants, Dark Bowser and DK, regular? Are you someone that could care less about Nintendo? Are you somebody that's a Sony fanboy and you're like, why didn't our Dark starter packs get an exclusive character that only works on our platform? So whatever your thoughts are, feel free to air them out here in the comment section or on the Skylander Club Forum, skylanderclub.com. If you like what you see there, sign up. We would love to have you. That said, much more coming your way for Skylander SuperChargers. I'm going to go start trying to work on some of the gameplay, so I'll be doing that while this renders out. Then I'll come and get some of these guys rolling. Cool thing with Skylanders over Amiibo, I can use all of these from their packaging, so I don't have to unbox them like I did the starter packs to get the game disc out. So I'm going to go have some fun. Hopefully you are too. The worst part about this Sunday release is just that it means Monday is tomorrow and it's almost here, and most of us anyway will be back in school or work. So it's bittersweet. So I'll be up all night doing fun stuff. So anyway, again, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you learned a little something. I helped you out in some way or another. But I will catch you back here for more Skylanders SuperChargers action.